Welcome back to the channel, lads. It's episode 28 of our Blackburn Rovers career mode, and we're starting this one here immediately with a game away from home against Everton, a game that I always want to win, being a Liverpool fan. Of course, one thing I've noticed playing against them a couple of times now, it's the games against them. It's always quite close. It's always quite competitive and boring to some point, to some extent, as we don't both teams don't create too many chances when I have faced them. But hopefully it'll be a little different here. The only reason I'm going straight into a game is, I feel like at this stage of the season, so many games to play, all competitions as well, Europa League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and starting pretty soon as well. So we want to try and, get rid of as many games as possible in this next sort of couple of months. Holgate and Tarkowski as their two centre-back. They've got Ganagay in midfield. They've got that, is it Mkhitaryan up front? The Georgian striker, I believe. He was quite good in the Euros, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the Euros. He was quite good for them, scoring a lot of goals. I feel like he's been doing quite well. Is it Leon, the French side that he signed for? I'm not 100% sure, but Leon rings a bell there for him. I think he moved from Monaco, maybe. I'm not sure. I might have got that one completely wrong, but that is not. I do follow a lot of football, by the way, as some of you might have been able to tell. Premier League, the Championship is offside there. But one league that I don't follow too well is the French league. Hence, I'm not too sure about Mkhitaryan there. It's Patterson. I do like him as a right back. Irebunim, who Everton signed from Aston Villa, if I'm not mistaken. Everton are progressing the ball quite nicely here earlier on in this first half. What a pass! Oh, that is lovely, Koulibaly. That's the only way he would have blocked that shot there, going into a slide tackle. And when we've got wet conditions like this, it's never a fun game for me. He made the run a little bit too late there, but we will keep possession. Valterberger. Now, what a hit from Bonnie, Johan Bonnie for us. A good save. Is it still Pickford in goal for Everton? I'm not too sure. I completely missed out on the Everton goalkeeper there. Excellent defending. And Rankin Kosayo. The shame with him is it's his stamina. He's not capable of playing back-to-back games. Don't come on, press, lad. There you go. He's going to win that one back. That's the pressure we're talking about, something we haven't been able to do a lot of in this first half. This is what happens when you can win the ball high up the pitch. Straight away, cross to the far post. Nene trying to find his strike partner there, Johan Bonny. But Tarkowski, I believe, dealt with that one quite well. This is what I mean. When we face Everton, it's quite a boring game. The wet conditions doesn't help because we don't normally tend to create too many chances. And when you've got the rainy conditions, which is a shame, I just think it makes the game a little bit realistic. Sometimes, what a save again. Sometimes you get conditions that are not ideal, and you still have to face your opponent in those sorts of conditions. I could easily change it to like a cloudy, a sunny day, which would make the game a lot more fun. But in terms of realism, it doesn't make sense to do it that way. 5 minutes into the second half here. Everton have started the second half as well as the start of the first. Manchester City getting the equaliser there, Erling Haaland, I believe. It's 1-1 in the game between Man City, Tottenham and Manchester City. Rankin Kosayo over the top to Nene. The touch from Nene is good. Still back to Kosayo. This is much better, lads. Come on. Morgan Gibbs-White. Oh, he's done it. He's going to hit it. Morgan Gibbs-White. Oh, straight into the Everton goalkeepers. Oh, it's a comfortable save for him, isn't it? Very comfortable. Morgan Gibbs-White whipped this one with his right foot, trying to find Koulibaly in the box. Oh, that is nice play there from Holgate, and composure to somehow no pressure, or even the pressure from my attacking players. He still managed to find the pass there. Come on, if we concede now, it'll be a shame. It'll make this so difficult for us to be able to get a goal. Right now, we are hanging on. It's Yilmaz from that right-hand side. Burrow's done well. Burrows has done really well there to avoid them putting the cross into the box. One thing they have done quite often in this game is use the width and then put crosses into the box for their striker. They haven't been able to take advantage of it so far, but they have done that a lot in this game. Triple substitution for us here. And hopefully the substitutes can make a difference. The likes of Todd Cantwell coming onto the pitch as well. This is the thing with Todd. I really think there's a good player in there. It's just the consistency for me. Koulibaly has been done. Yet another cross into the box. Come on, couple of minutes here to be able to create something. Pull back, Costello. Oh, what a ball. Cyrus Dolan just did not anticipate that cutback there from Costello. It could have been an easy tap-in if he's just anticipated a little bit. Oh, what a save yet again. I feel like in terms of the chances created, we were the better team in this game. We were by far the better team in terms of chances created. It's just, we just weren't able to do it consistently for 90 minutes, if that makes sense. Everton kept the ball better, I've got to say. But we did create the better chances. You know what? I'll take the draw at Goodison Park. I don't think I've said this before, right? I'm not sure if it was a deliberate decision from EA or whoever produces the game this year. But the different leagues, the different competitions, they play differently. When you play in against the European teams from, in this case, Bologna from the Italian league, when you play against the French teams, the Spanish teams, it's quite different the way I don't know if what I'm trying to say makes sense. When we play in the Premier League, it's a lot more end-to-end, counter-attacking football. But when you play against the European teams, it's more possession. Even I have to consciously go into the game thinking, you know what, we're gonna have to keep possession in this game. Otherwise, we will struggle a little bit. But that is our starting 11 there. Bunny and Nene starts up front for us. That is a pair, a combination that seems to be working quite nicely for us. Don't get me wrong, Harry Leonard have scored a lot of goals, especially in this competition. I believe it's 3 or 4 from 4. Harry Leonard has scored for us, which is incredible. It's just, at the moment, I'm just preferring that partnership of Nene and Bonnie, and let's hope they can ask these Bologna defense 1 or 2 questions today. Pickering gets the opportunity to start this one in the left-back position as well. And that means Burrows starts from the bench. It's a good start here. Nene keeps hold of the ball well. His control is probably, in terms of that close control, he's probably the best striker that we have got to do that. And Bonnie is explosive. I think he's offside there. He might just be offside. Bonnie is explosive, but Nene is more sort of controlled. It's both to hold the number 2 there for Bologna. Cross into the box. We will deal with this all day. This is one of the things we have to face in the Premier League. Teams going out wide, putting crosses into the box. But from the fence to attack here, Johan Bonnie, left foot, gets in, son. And we get our first goal of this episode. And what a finish from our second record signing. He's doing quite well in the Europa League. This is 3 goals in 3 games for him now. He's just been spectacular in this competition. You know what I hope, though? The likes of Leonard, who scored a lot of goals in this competition. Bonnie scored a lot of goals. Nene have scored a few goals. I'm just hoping those attacking players can sort of, take this form into the Premier League games. Don't get me wrong, they have scored goals in the Premier League, but not in that ratio. It's our attacking players scoring the most goals in the Premier League. Come on, closing down. You can't let him shoot from there. Cantwell has done well to closing down. I think I said just earlier on, it is our attacking players. What I meant by that is it's more our central attacking midfielders and the Dolans, the Morgan Gibbs-Whites. They are the players creating or scoring the goals for us in the Premier League. Whereas, what a chance there from Bonnie. the strikers are doing it a lot more consistently in the Europa League, and I would like to see them do that a little bit more in the Premier League. That's a big chance there, you know. Well, we've got to control the second half as much as we control the first. In terms of defensive performance this season, this has to be up there. Nice turn there, Travis. I don't know what he's doing in the box, but that was a nice little bit of composure for him in the box. A player that you don't often see in that position. Odegaard taken off here, and he's replaced by Dallinga. Substitutions of our own. Bonnie takes and will get a rest for the remaining half an hour here. He will be replaced by Harry Leonard. Hopefully he can come off the bench and get a goal again. Bold is explosive in here. I did not think he was that type of player. You know, having watched him a couple of times at Roma. Jose Mourinho, I believe, gave him his debut at Roma, and we got away with one there. We got away with one there, man. Trying to play out from the back. But yeah, Jose Mourinho gave him his debut at Roma. I didn't think he was that explosive player. I thought he was, you know, your defensive-minded player. Travis, Balterberger, out wide to Leonard. We need the second. A second would look nice here, considering how well we've played in this game. We've missed a lot of chances as well. Pickering to Leonard. Leonard's going to cut into his right foot. The referee allows him to go on. Oh, what a finish, son. I told you, this lad cannot stop scoring right now in this competition. Exactly the same as the likes of Bonnie, the likes of Nene. All our strikers are scoring goals in the Europa League. I would like to see a little bit more of this in the Premier League, but you can't complain. You really cannot complain, and long may he continue. That's a lovely finish, isn't it? That is a lovely finish. He's not playing, I mean, to be honest, he hasn't played a lot of football for us this season. Our first season, he was the main man. Our second season, he picked up a couple of injuries, which did halt his development a little bit. The third season, this is our third season, we had to go out there to bring a more experienced, a better striker that I think will get us and more goals this season. But whenever he's played, especially in this competition, he's been really good. We've got a really, really tough opponent here. Back in the Premier League, of course, looking for our first win in this episode. A 0-0 draw against Everton in our last game at Goodison Park. We're hoping to turn our fortune around here. This one against very good Western side that are in the top 3 right now, if I'm not mistaken. They've got a few players in the form of their life as well. The likes of Somerville and Penaty as well, scoring a lot of goals for them this season. And of course, Fulkrug, who was the striker. I'm not sure if all 3 players will start this game, but we will find out shortly. Let's take a look. They've got Zuma at the back. They've got Potts starting. Goodmanson starts up front. Somerville starts, though, for them. And, of course, Kudus playing from that right-hand side of the attacking 3. So there is no Fulkrug, and there is no George Earthy, who is one of their top scorers. I've got to say, that one has come a little bit of a surprise, considering he would have been on loan at Bristol City in our first season. When we were in the Championship, Earthy must have been on loan at Bristol City. I mean, if in 2 seasons he's gone from loan in the Championship to being one of West Ham's top scorer here, he must have made good progress. He must have made really good progress. But it's a shame we can't really see that. I'm trying to go for the long-range effort there with Diamonde, but the shot was blocked. Yeah, it's a shame we can't really see how good of a player he is, you know, facing a team that are also in the top 4 here. Of course, that is ourselves. West Ham are 3rd. We're 2nd, by the way, as the league table have just popped up there. Referee, come on, man. Balterberger, oh, that's a big tackle. Some big tackles going into this game already. In the first 12 minutes, we got away with one there. We got away with one there. Almost got it wrong, trying to play out from the back. But when you do, when that little bit of luck goes in your favor, all of a sudden, you've gone from back to front. And Tyrese Dolan has managed to just about keep himself onside there. Look at that run again. He had to time that perfectly. He almost sort of curved his run a little bit. Look at this. He almost sort of curved his run backwards to make sure he was onside there. But this is what I mean. Our central attacking midfielders getting more of the goals in the Premier League. As Burrows driving forward, it was good to get an early goal there. It settled us a little bit. Burrows is continuing his run on that left-hand side. Crossing to the box. Oh, Dolan again. Oh, what an opportunity. He's offside though. It wouldn't have counted. To be honest, I've just said our attacking players scoring more, or centre attacking midfielders scoring most of the goals. He's playing more of a striker. He's playing more of a striker in this season. He's played a lot more as a striker. The signing of Morgan Gibbs-White, of course, I can't play with this formation. He only allows one centre attacking midfielder, and that means Cyrus Dolan have been playing up front a lot more. But straight from that's a silly goal to concede as well. Offside, goalkeeper have gone long, 1 or 2 passes later, and we have conceded. Come on. Excellent there, lads. Excellent. Was that Flamingo winning possession back for us? We could maybe just go back in front here before the break. But West Ham defended that one quite well. Mohamed Kudus driving forward. But the referee will call it a day for the first half here. We just have to regroup ourselves. So it wasn't a bad performance that first half. It was just unlucky to concede a silly goal like we did. It's Bonnie. Good ball to Burrows. He's going to get there first. Make the inverted run. And he's had to come back outside. Here's Diomande. Right foot. Oh my God. I didn't think he's got that ability with his right foot, but I think I've just learned something here that he can hit it with his right foot as well. This was good to know moving forward. Substitutions, and Dolan, Carter, and replaced by Nene and Rankin Costello for the remaining 28 minutes of this game or so. In Costello, this is my only issue with him is, especially with Wang Jae-won being injured at the moment, we need a right back that's got decent stamina, that can play in that role consistently, but he doesn't have that. It's Wan-Bissaka, excellent. Gibbs-White nicking the ball from Wan-Bissaka. It's a good ball inside to Nene. Oh, the touch, he just couldn't maneuver himself there to exploit West Ham or Wan-Bissaka, giving the ball away quite cheaply. That was a big opportunity, you know. And I think it could be, yet again, another draw in the Premier League for us. West Ham, though, have the opportunity for one last attack. Alvarez, back to Souček. Is he going to go out wide? He's refusing to pass the ball. Okay, he's gone back to the inside to Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka to James Ward-Prowse. Oh, Koulibaly, man. If he should get injured, man, we're going to struggle. If Koulibaly should pick up an injury, we are going to struggle. And fingers crossed, that does not happen. Last season, he was solid for us. And he's carried that form into this season as well. He's such an excellent defender, man. His pace, his recovery, his anticipation, his tackling ability. He's just everything you want from a centre-back in this game. But unfortunately, not enough, though, to get us the victory. I think I've said this before, right? But in terms of the cup draws, especially at the early stages of the cup competitions, we have been really lucky with some of the draws that we do manage to get. Don't get me wrong, and Watford are a decent side to face in the Carabao Cup Championship side. One of the teams that you would class as a yo-yo team, if you will, a team that frequently gets promoted to the Premier League, only to find themselves relegated back to the Championship. As Todd Cantwell gets us the opener there. Tom Cleverley being the Watford manager or head coach these days, former Manchester United and Watford midfielder. He burst into the scene, didn't he? As Michael Richards would say. I mean, he was almost touted for, you know, being was it a Paul Scholes replacement? He had that passing ability as well. If I can remember correctly, dead ball specialist. He almost sort of delivers the ball, almost like that style, David Beckham. If you're looking for the player to compare him to, but it didn't quite work out for him in terms of, come on, lads. I mean, this is probably one of the, oh, that's a big chance for Leonard. This is probably one of the cup games that we haven't necessarily had to rotate so much. It's quite a strong team facing Watford here. Morgan Gibbs-White coming off the bench here as well. Come on, this is going to penalties. One last attack here, though, from Watford. Can they create something? Otherwise, it will be penalty shootout. And we've had this a couple of times now in the cup competitions. And hopefully, though, we can manage to progress to the next round. I always like to have a cup run, not necessarily Morgan Gibbs-White slots the opener there, not necessarily the Carabao Cup. If we can go as far as we can in the Carabao Cup, it's good news for us. The FA Cup, I do like to have a cup run in the FA Cup. That's 2-2. Flamingo, he slots that one in as well. Loser is gonna step up and convert for Watford as well. Todd Cantwell have missed. That is not good. And Rajovic have scored as well. And Leonard making it 3 from 4 for us. Delebushiru always missed as well. And that means if Diomande could score here, which he has scored, and Porteus, is he going to convert? No, he's missed. We got lucky there. So Cantwell missing his penalty. I thought, you know what, we are out of this. But their last two penalty takers, Delebushiru and Porteus, going on to miss their penalties. And that means we progress to the next round. You know what? I've made almost a conscious decision to not talk about the injuries to the likes of Daniel, to the likes of 1J1 this season. But when you don't have that big of a squad, it does make a hell of a difference. You know, Buckley playing in the right back position is in a game like this. It's not something I would ideally want to do. But our right back is injured, and we have got Costello, who is not got the stamina to play back-to-back games, which is unfortunate. Also, I don't like to play Walter Berger as a box-to-box midfielder, well, because I'm having to accommodate Flamingo in that CDM position, and there's no Daniel to play in the box-to-box role. It makes it so much difficult, doesn't it? But anyway, I still think we have got a team that is certainly strong enough, maybe not to win, but to be competitive in a game like this. We've certainly got a team strong enough. Mano Solomon there, getting 3 goals in his last 3 games. Good for him. He can be a handful, but the player that I'm most worried about here from this Tottenham side is Dejan Kulusevski. He's a handful, isn't he? He's a big lad as well, which makes it difficult to try and defend against him. I think they might have Dubvik as well, the former Girona striker up front for them. The Ukrainian centre-forward, Artem Dubvik there, as we saw. They've got Zubimendi in midfield, which is a good signing for them. It's a really strong Tottenham starting 11. I mean, Bissouma and Zubimendi in midfield. You've got both players are quite good at controlling the tempo of the game, but you've got the aggression there as well of Bissouma in midfield, adding to that sort of calm presence of Zubimendi, a player that, by the way, being a Liverpool fan, we tried to sign in the summer transfer window. I'm almost sort of happy that we didn't bring Zubimendi in. Not that I don't want us to sign him, but in the sense that if we had signed him, we might have not seen and what Gravenberch has been all about this season. And for me, in my opinion, has been probably the most important Liverpool player this season, Ryan Gravenberch. I almost think if you take him out of that Liverpool team, we might struggle a little bit. Unpopular opinion, I mean, CDMs or your midfield players don't often get a lot of credit unless you are, oh, what a save, unless you're a Rodri. For Manchester City, midfielders almost sort of don't get that praise, but I think Gravenberch has been superb for Liverpool this season. You've got Mo Salah doing what Mo Salah does, scoring goals, but in terms of someone who's kept the team ticking, someone who's been crucial for us to our defensive performances this season in real life, it's got to be Gravenberch. Kulusevski I was talking about. If there was one player that I'm worried about going into this game. It is Dejan Kulusevski. He's such a handful, you know, such a good player. Come on, we haven't really been at it today. Tottenham have almost played us off the park here. It's still early days though. It's still the first half. Oh, what a chance there! What a chance for Mano Solomon. Surely that should have been 2-0 up for them. As long as we're still in this game, you never know what will happen, you know. We've got a whole second half to play for here, as Diamonde almost sort of telepathically skipped past every player in front of him to find Morgan Gibbs-White. It's going to go out wide again to Dolan. Not the pass I was looking for, but it will do for now. Tyrese Dolan back to... Oh, Morgan Gibbs-White, our record signing. He cannot stop scoring at the moment, especially in the Premier League. I keep saying our attacking midfielders getting us most of the goals in the Premier League right now, which I'm not complaining about. I would just like to see our strikers, the likes of Bonny, the likes of Nene, Harry Leonard when he plays, chip in a little bit more with the goals in the Premier League. What a finish that was, though. That was almost outside of his foot. So it's OP with this long range shots, you know. I mean, it's such an excellent signing for us. And at the moment, probably been our player of the season so far. Dovvik, but a header on the near post. Tottenham, just after conceding, trying to put themselves in front very quickly here before the end of the first half. Oh my God. It's Mano Solomon. We were still in the moment of celebrating scoring a goal, and we have conceded. At such a wrong time to concede a goal, man. Just before the end of the first half. The team talk is going to be a lot different now compared to if we had gone into the first half break here at level. But, oh my God. Pickering has been taken off there. Burrows, he'll give us a little bit more of that attacking presence from that left-hand side. Pickering is more of your defensive option, but that is a substitution that I did not want. Taking off Dragushin, who, don't get me wrong, is a little bit quick, but not that explosiveness of Mikey van der Ven, who's just come on to replace him there. Just when I was thinking, you know what, even if we're losing this game, there's still a couple of things that we could exploit. That back line for Tottenham can still be exploited. But of course, Van der Ven coming on could make the difference between Tottenham winning this game and potentially dropping a couple of points. Tyrese Dolan over the top. Gibbs-White, the top's good. 10, he's just gone too early there. Oh, what a pass that would have been. He's missed the chance anyway. But what a play there by Morgan Gibbs-White. Out wide to Buckley again, who's been impressive in this game, I've got to say. I moaned a little bit about I would not have played him in the right back position in this game. Over the top. Oh, Balterberger. He doesn't score too many goals, but playing as a box-to-box midfielder in this game, he's had that license to make that powerful run into the box, which I do know he can do. Over the top there, the touch was good, and I tell you what, the finish was spectacular as well for a player who is not usually in those positions. For a player who is not usually finding himself in goal-scoring positions, that was composure personified there, I've got to say. What a finish. 77 minutes, 13 more minutes to play in the second half. We could go on and win it, you know. We could do. Tyrese Dolan. That is the attacking presence I was looking for from that left-hand side. Pickering didn't give us too much of that in the first half. But Burrows, of course, completely different type of player. It's a good ball. Valterberger, pull back. Oh, the referees pointed to the penalty spot. And I think that might be controversial. I do not think that is a penalty. Victor Lindelof, oh my God, we have kicked him. We have kicked the Tottenham player, Victor Lindelof, but the referee is giving us a penalty. The anticipation is high here. Morgan Gibbs-White, can he convert for the second? Top right-hand corner. Oh no, it's been saved. No way. What a big opportunity to collect all 3 points there. You can see the Tottenham players. What a save, man. That was as close as possible to the top corner there as I could possibly have gone for. But what a save. Not often the goalkeeper makes the save going at the right direction there. The corner is poor. And the Tottenham goalkeeper would collect that one, taking his time here as well. Happy to take the point, it looks like. Oh my God, don't get me wrong, it would have been controversial to score that goal, but 3 points I would have happily collected. I'm not the one making the decision. The referee made a bad call and gave a penalty to us. It would have been unfortunate for Tottenham, but we have missed it, and at the end, both teams will settle for a point here at White Hart Lane. A very good point for us in the sense that we were 2-1 down and getting the equaliser. But we should have got all 3 points here, man. We should have got all 3 points. And this is how the Premier League table is looking like at the end of today's episode. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get a win in the Premier League. We should have won the game against Tottenham, what would have been a controversial victory for us, considering that was never a penalty at the end there. But just what Tottenham deserve, I've got to say. It would have been unfortunate for them to lose this game. But a couple of points, we are behind Manchester City. We are in fourth. City are top of the league, 23 points. West Ham in second, level on point with them. Liverpool in third, 1 point behind. We're fourth, couple of points behind. But look at the top six, though. Only 4 points separate the top six. Chelsea sitting in sixth at the moment with 19 points. And of course, Manchester City, top of the league on 23 points. Only 4 points separating the top six right now. Bottom, you've got Bournemouth, Fulham, Leeds United, Aston Villa, 2 points above the relegation places, same as Brentford, Burnley, and of course, you've got Wolves in 14th position there. Newcastle, Manchester United, they are picking up a little bit, but still struggling. The next episode, we've got Europa League game to begin that. We've got Newcastle and Chelsea in the next episode, so that should be tough as well. But we have got games against Burnley there too. But smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.